Yuki, Kemmer was going on about the science behind the mood ring. Try it on. Whoa, it's red. That's the color for stress.
Obviously, I'm stressed. My life is in shambles.
Do you want a hug?
No, and I also don't get how this stupid mood ring works.
Let me explain. Mood rings are closed systems that react to heat. They have thermotropic liquid crystals that are sensitive to temperature changes, and when the temperature changes, so does the position of the molecules. When your finger becomes hotter or colder, which is linked to stress, it changes the molecular structure in the ring, making it appear as though the color changes. So, with the contact with a finger, it disrupts the equilibrium and the system shifts to counteract the change in temperature, which we see as different colors.
Whoa, that's kind of cool, I guess, but it doesn't change the fact that my life is in shambles. My room is a mess, my skin looks awful, I have awful grades, and I'm getting so many college rejections.
Well, what have you been washing your face with?
Sodium hydroxide. Kemmer said the other day that it makes you soapy, so it's like a cleanse from the inside out.
Yuki, that's making your skin into soap, not cleansing it.
Huh?
So the K for this equilibrium was 0.8, and the lactic acid is initially a 0.25 molar concentration. So just figure out the final concentrations, and I'll tell you if it's right.
Got it! Time to get some clear skin.
So Fairy Grace Mother gave me 0.25 molar lactic acid and water. This is going to form an equilibrium with lactic acid and water as reactants, and lactate and hydronium as products. I'm going to set up my start-change equilibrium chart. I know that I initially have 0.25 molar lactic acid, and then from every mole of lactic acid there would be 1 mole of lactate and 1 mole of hydronium. As the reaction reaches equilibrium where K equals 0.8, I can see that my concentrations are going to be. Since X is equal to 0.2, I can report back to Fairy Grace Mother that I will have 0.2 hydronium and lactate, and then 0.05 molar lactic acid for my final concentrations.
That is correct.
I'm gonna take some of my water, pipette it in there, take some of my lactic acid, pipette it in there. My skin looks great. Ah, Fairy Grace Mother, you're mine. How did that even happen? I don't get it. Why did I have to measure how much I put of each chemical?
Well, it's because the equilibrium constant Q changes with concentration.
Huh?
It's because of Le Chatelier's. So Le Chatelier's principle says that when a system is at equilibrium, it can be disturbed by 3 things: temperature, pressure, and concentration, and that the system will shift in equilibrium composition in a way that counteracts the change in variable.
After Fairy Grace Mother taught me about Le Chatelier's, I feel like I can apply it to my life. So my New Year's resolution is to get my Q to equal K to equal 1 so that I have equal parts products and reactants.
Yuki, the reason your equilibrium is out of whack is because it's just being wrecked by the pressure you put on yourself. You've no concentration, so you can't even have products if you don't have any reactants, and you're being so cold to your friends.
Help me. Will you be my catalyst?
Yes, we'll start tomorrow.
You have to get it together. Let's get down to business.
So, we fixed your skin with a magical solution. The next order of business, time to increase your concentration.
Well, how does increasing concentration affect equilibrium?
Well, do you remember Le Chatelier's, the one that Grace Fairy Godmother taught you?
Is that the one where if a system is in equilibrium, it'll get messed up if there's a change in pressure, temperature, or concentration. And then the system is going to shift to counteract that change, right?
Yes. So, because your Q is less than 1 right now, we need to shift your equilibrium to the right. So, to increase your concentration, you're going to study now for chem, and then I'll check back in with you later and see how your Q is doing. Hey, the alarm just went off. How long have you been studying for?
I've been studying for like 6 hours, I think. I don't know. That's how long this timer has been going on for.
What?
So basically, here's the problem. Your concentration is too high, and that made your Q value go way above 1.
But I put so much pressure on myself to be able to concentrate.
So remember, pressure is another factor of Le Chatelier's.
Pressure in Le Chatelier's is based on how many moles of gas each side of the reaction has. If there is an increase in pressure, the reaction will shift to the side that has less moles of gas. If there is a decrease in pressure, it will shift to the side of more moles of gas.
So I need to take the pressure off a bit, I guess, right?
Yes,
So retail therapy?
that sounds like a great idea.
I'm back!
What? What is this? Your QC is way below 1. You took too much of the pressure off and you shifted way too far to the reactants.
Sorry. What am I supposed to do now? Help me.
Well, instead of retail therapy, since you clearly can't control yourself, why don't you just warm up to your friends and hang out with them instead?
Am I cold to them?
Well,
Yeah, I guess that did happen.
yeah, so warming up to your friends should finally get your Q value back to 1. You're definitely the endothermic type, so increasing the temperature will shift your equilibrium to the right. So you'll finally have Q equaling 1.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, do you want to go get coffee at Starbucks later?
I don't think yeah, I'd love to go to Starbucks.
Alright, great. Is tomorrow after school good?
Great, I'll see you tomorrow.
Starbucks time.
Thanks to Leica for being my catalyst and helping me establish the perfect conditions for my reaction to reach equilibrium, as well as Fairy Grace Mother for teaching me all kinds of things about equilibrium. My life is finally in balance and my QC is equal to 1.